What is good, everyone? What is good? Welcome to WrestleMania week. This is Wrestling with Fans. What is going on, everyone? I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful evening. Wait for a few people to get in here, but for those that may watch this on replay that were here last night, let me just sincerely apologize to you guys, because apparently I had my chat set on top chat and not live chat. So I didn't see any single chat message until later in the evening. After I finished up the stream, did a couple of quick things and got in bed. And Jen was like, "Why don't you talk to the chat tonight?" And I was like, "What chat?" I was like, "I never saw anything." And then when I went back and saw the replay, I realized there were several of you guys in there. And I really, really am sorry. I was really looking forward to chatting with people. And for whatever reason, I didn't see anything. So I screwed that up, and I did lose a subscriber for it. Not sure who that was, but I apologize greatly. Hopefully, I will see some of you guys in here in the chat throughout the evening. So let's talk quickly about WrestleMania week. I talked about it last night. It is a busy, busy week for the WWE. They had Monday Night Raw last night, which is what we're going to talk about here for about the next 25 minutes or so. We also have NXT tonight. Several big implications going into Stand and Deliver, which will take place on Saturday. We'll get to that in a moment. Wednesday, nothing going on WWE-wise, but AEW Dynamite will take place at 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live again around 7:30 tomorrow as well. Then on Thursday, nothing really mainline WWE. WWE UK is on Thursday, as well as Impact Wrestling. And then Friday, the one night this week, I will not be live, unfortunately, due to my commitments to the bowling league. So I will not be live on Friday, but Friday will be very, very busy with SmackDown and then the Hall of Fame ceremony right after that. So if I do go live, it may be very, very late in the evening after I get home and all that good stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure what I will do yet. And then Saturday, we'll go live again because you have TakeOver Stand and Deliver Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m., and then WrestleMania kicks off at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So on Saturday, I will go live sometime between Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania starting. We'll go live sometime in between. We'll talk about Stand and Deliver and preview night one of WrestleMania. And then Sunday, around the same time, probably 4:30, 5 o'clock, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday we'll review night one, and then preview night number 2. That is the plan for this week. And let me do this real quick, because now I can't see nothing, because I've got trying to keep my screens all straight tonight, guys. So let's talk social medias. Facebook.com/Wrestling with Fans. Hulk smash that like button to keep up to date with everything going on here at Wrestling with Fans. If you're watching this video, make sure you are subscribed. And if you catch this after the fact or seeing this through another platform, YouTube.com/Wrestling with Fans. Or if you're in the YouTube app, just search Wrestling with Fans Podcast. Follow on Instagram at Wrestling with Fans. Check us out on the web, WrestlingWithFans.com. New audio shows are posted every single Monday morning at 6:05 a.m. Eastern. Take us on the go. Download us to your favorite podcast listening device. Get us wherever you get your podcast fix. Just search Wrestling with Fans Podcast. Last but certainly not least, the old-fashioned email at wwf.show@gmail.com. So, I'm going to test something here real quick. Well, we've got some things we're waiting to try here. I'm going to try a few things. Chat is disabled for this live stream, so let's delete that. Let's try that. I'm trying to get the live chat window, so that way if people do want to come in, we'll be able to chitty-chatty with them. Alright, so that didn't quite work, so we'll just delete that and remove that. Okay, so let's restore the chat. So I'll leave it here since we are set up to live chat. Now let's talk Monday Night Raw. Let's talk Monday Night Raw. I don't know why I'm getting some feedback on the lights here. No, maybe it is. All right, it is the window. Man, so, this has not been very good to me today. But let's look at last night's Raw rating before we look at the results. Last night's Raw rating, the highest rating since August of 2021. So the highest in several months for the go home show for this year's WrestleMania. It's the highest since the NFL season started. This episode averaged 1.98 million viewers overall and drew a .55 rating in that coveted 18 to 49 demo, with the first 2 hours topping 2 million viewers before a fairly significant third hour drop. The male 18 to 49 number were almost identical to last week's 354,000 to this week's 349. Female viewers were up 34% last week, 204,000 to 273 this week. The show easily took first place in 18 to 49, but in a rarity, did lose to a non-news program for overall viewers as the NC State and Connecticut Women's NCAA basketball tournament game on ESPN did 2.04 million viewers and a .41 in that demo. Notably, Raw did a .41 in women 18 to 49 to .31 for the women's game. So it looks like at least people are interested in what could happen on Raw last night. They were interested to see what was going on for the Go Home edition. So let's talk about a couple things Raw related. So I can move this somewhere where it's not going to cause an issue with the lighting. And I don't like this. I don't know why this is doing this, but we'll see. See what happens. All right. And so, okay. All right. So we had 6 matches last night on Raw. Let's go. Let's run it down. The opening segment got Brock Lesnar coming out. Cowboy Brock, which has been, a breath of fresh air. It has been a breath of fresh air, to be perfectly honest. I love this. To me, this is the best version of Brock Lesnar that we have gotten. So I'm really glad to see Brock's out there kind of having fun. Let's see here. A couple of notable moments from Bleacher Report saying having 4 guys at the announcer's table is a new level of overkill. Just because it's the week of WrestleMania does not mean you need announcers from both brands, especially if you aren't bringing Pat McAfee along for the ride. Lesnar played into the what chance and then got the crowd to stop when he wanted to. It was pretty impressive. Lesnar's voice cracked a bit right at the end of the promo, but nobody will joke about him going through puberty to his face because he would obviously break you all in half. We get a little segment with The Miz and Rey Mysterio. They have a match. But before the match, Miz brings out Logan Paul and the mask that he stole from Rey last week. But as expected, Dominic accompanied his father to the ring for the match. Dom tackled The Miz and beat him down while Rey talks of trash to Paul. The ref ejected Dominic, but Logan Paul was allowed to stay. Rey gained the upper hand early, but a distraction from Paul allowed The Miz to hit a DDT at ringside. Shortly after we returned from the break, Rey scored the win with a sunset flip. So it looks like there's no chill with these guys. I do not like this white, how this is coming through. Give me just a moment here, guys. Don't know why it's causing such an issue. Check my white balance. Whatever reason, I just don't like the flashing. Get this squared away here. See if that fixes it. But it doesn't look like that it is. So All right, there we go. Thinking we might have had it sorted out a little bit. Not very much because the lights, for whatever reason, just want to be a pain in the tuchus this evening. DJ plays What is Good, my friend. Glad to see you in here. I talked about it when I first went live. I'm sorry to you and to Power Gaming and to Chewy who were in the chat last night. If you've never gone live on YouTube, if you're looking at your screen on the side over here, it has your chat. Well, for whatever reason, I had the settings set to top chat instead of live chat. So therefore, I didn't see anything. None of the messages showed up. But now I have it to live chat. So we are good to go this evening for the chat. Which is a nice change of pace. Something actually went right for me this evening, which hasn't been the norm lately around here. But glad to see you hop back in to join me tonight. We're going to talk a little bit of Monday Night Raw, just getting started on that. There was something else I wanted to bring up, but just kind of popped in my head and then it unpopped out of my head. I'm sure I will remember it at some point here during the show. So we got that big 8-woman tag match. Liv Morgan, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Sasha Banks defeating Carmella, Natalya, Queen Zelina, and Shayna Baszler. It was all the baby faces versus all the heels. Background looks sick, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've worked pretty hard to try to get this. Look here. Let me switch cameras here for you. There. Got a little bit of a different vibe here in this studio. Now, I think I talked about this in a stream of several months ago, but this is, Jen and I bought a home back in December. Well, we moved in at the beginning of December. We kind of purchased it at the end of November. But she did give me one thing. The one thing she allowed me to do was decorate the office. So this is what I have decided to do with the office. As you can see, I have my Wrestling with Fans banner up here that she got me over a year ago. Got my WWF flag. Got the Funko Pops. Got some mock figures up on the wall. Got some figgies on the desk, which got to get straightened up. Bunch of Funko Pops and stuff behind me. Got the lights situated. So I'm very, very pumped to have... things are coming together. But I still have stuff to put up on the wall behind the setup. And some stuff to put on the walls over here. I do have some artwork over on the other side around the corner, which you can't currently see. But really excited that this is starting to come together. Just need to do some little odd and end things. I might get a new desk for in here. I need a new webcam because this camera here isn't the best. So I like using this camera right here, which is my old cell phone. This seems to be a better picture than the other camera that everybody has been used to for so long. But I digress. So let's see here. Let me get back to where I was. And for whatever reason, the white screen is just not agreeing with me tonight. Just going to do it here. Will this work? A little bit better. The lens on the camera is quite sensitive, apparently. So trying to get the glare off of the screen, so it makes it a little bit easier to look at. So we'll go with that there. Okay, so I got to switch screens up here. It is all heck trying to get all this stuff. That's right, you are over here, so we'll put you up here. Does that change anything? That does not change anything. That is wonderful. I'm learning on the fly here, it seems like. All right, so yeah, there we go. Okay, the baby faces and the heels. All right, so let's get back in. Now we're kind of getting everything situated. It says here, Seth and Vince interview doesn't make me feel Cody. It might be someone we're not thinking of, maybe Taker. I don't know. I was kind of wondering, the rumor going into Raw last night was that Cody's presence was going to be made. Cody was going to have his big WWE return. But it seems, I'm kind of wondering if WWE released the interview early to try to quell those rumors. They didn't want people to tune in, not get Cody, and then kind of have a fit and just kind of tune out. So I'm wondering if maybe they were preemptive on the Vince and Seth thing coming out. As far as I know, everything that I've read, and I've tried to kind of stay away from a lot of spoilers because I don't want a lot of things spoiled going into WrestleMania. It's basically pointing out that it's going to be Cody. Um, I And from what I hear, they're going to keep the same presentation as AEW. Like, he'll have like the Homelander inspired out attire. He'll have his regular theme music. He might even come out as the Throne Breaker. Who knows? But I would find it funny. The only thing I don't, not quite sure how this is going to work, and hopefully they will explain this either at WrestleMania this weekend or Raw on Monday. Why Vince would choose Cody? Why would Vince McMahon choose Cody Rhodes to represent him against Seth Rollins? Which is why I was kind of hoping we would get a little something beforehand so we knew who the opponent was going to be going in. They could have had some type of explanation on Raw last night. So we kind of knew what we were getting into going into, WrestleMania this weekend. But unfortunately, they did not go that route. They went a little different route, which is fine. They're entitled to kind of do whatever they choose to do. Let's talk about news and rumors. Well, actually, no, let's finish Raw. Austin Theory defeats Ricochet in a minute 40. Yeah. The Intercontinental Championship for me is one of the most prestigious titles in the company's history. You know what I mean? Like, there we go. The fact that the IC title is not being defended at WrestleMania, and B, they have him job out to Austin Theory in less than 2 minutes. Kind of irritating because, like I said, I've always loved the Intercontinental Championship. It is one of my favorite titles ever. But for some reason, they're just not really showing it the respect that is deserved. Exactly. It's an embarrassment in how they're treating the title and Ricochet. I kind of feel the same for Finn Balor and the U.S. title, because he is also not defending the title at WrestleMania. He's not even defending it on SmackDown or Raw. He's going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal this Friday on SmackDown. Which, again, just two of the more talented performers they have, Ricochet and Finn Balor, and they are both relegated to matches on the SmackDown before WrestleMania. You mean to tell me, in a 2-night event, where you could have 13, 14 matches between the 2 nights, you can find a spot for your Intercontinental Championship and your United States Championship. I believe, speaking of the Intercontinental title, fun fact, today, 35 years ago, one of the greatest Intercontinental Championship matches of all time took place at WrestleMania 3 between Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah. Thinking, brother. Yeah. Take it. It says, what happened to Finn and Priest? DJ plays, I'm wondering if the whole premise of this Battle Royal is to continue the feud between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Because of all the other competitors that are in that Battle Royal, those are the only two people I could legitimately see having a shot to actually win the Battle Royal. Now, again, I'd much rather see those two have a match at WrestleMania. Even if it's on the pre-show, I'd so much rather see them have a match at Mania. I think both of them have had a pretty damn good year. I feel like both of them have kind of earned their spot at WrestleMania. Whereas, Seth Rollins, his whole storyline is he doesn't have a path to WrestleMania. I mean, it's Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is going to have a match at WrestleMania. Kind of like the whole John Cena and Undertaker thing from a few years ago. Like, John Cena doesn't have a path to WrestleMania match, so he's going to challenge The Undertaker. We're not going to know if The Undertaker shows up until the night of WrestleMania. I wasn't buying it. We all knew Taker was going to be there to wrestle John Cena. We all know Seth is going to have a match at WrestleMania. But again, what they're doing to Ricochet and Finn... Ricochet and Finn Balor is a travesty. I apologize. I'm a little under the weather today. Also, fun fact about Raw last night. It was from PPG Paints Arena, the good old Console Energy Center, Pittsburgh, PA, which is where 2 years ago, I took Jen up to a Pittsburgh Penguins hockey game where they played the Detroit Red Wings. Also, the Penguins defeated the Detroit Red Wings over the weekend 11-2. Fun fact. All right, we also get on Raw. We get Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. He beats him in under 2 minutes, and they expect us to take Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin seriously at WrestleMania. I get there's only so many spots in title matches. There's only so many spots for these big time matches, but with what Drew McIntyre has done over the last 2 years, I think Drew deserves a little bit more than what he's getting here with Happy Corbin. It says here, DJ Play says, so I'm going to Backlash after Mania, and I really hope Brock stays because I've never seen him in person. And do you think he will? Dude, that is so awesome. That is so cool being able to go to Backlash. I have not been to, I went to an NXT house show a couple years ago on my birthday. And then before that, the last thing I went to was, I don't know if it was a Raw. Yeah, because we went to a pay-per-view on a Sunday in PA, Hershey, PA, and then Raw the next night in DC, in Washington, DC. I think it was the last two events I went to other than that house show, that NXT house show a couple years ago. I really hope Brock stays. Now, I think Brock will stick around as far as long-term with WWE. I don't think he's going anywhere just yet. However, after Mania, there may be a period where he disappears. I don't know if he'll take some time off until SummerSlam. I hope that's not the case. I hope you are able to see Brock in person. I'd love to see Brock in person. Because I'm kind of the same way. Like, for those that have been following the show for a while, I'm the hugest Undertaker fan. Like, I love The Undertaker, my favorite wrestler of all time. Oddly enough, I've never seen him in person. Never had the opportunity to see The Undertaker in person. And now with him being retired and his Hall of Fame induction is this Friday, odds are the only time I'm going to get to see The Undertaker in person is at some type of autograph signing or something like that. So I unfortunately missed out on all of that good stuff. But I really hope that you're able to see Brock. And I'm really, like I said, I don't think he's going anywhere. But, he may take some time off after Mania because I don't see him winning. I mean, Roman's going to win. And then what they do with the belts after that, I'm really curious. Because originally it was just, going to be a match, and then now it's supposed to be winner take all, title for title. I'm really, really wondering how they're going to handle Roman with the belts going forward. Are we going to see, like when they had the undisputed title, when Brock was undisputed champion, he went to SmackDown, and then basically Eric Bischoff just handed Triple H the World Heavyweight title, the big gold belt. And then that's how the Raw title line started with the World Heavyweight title. And they've merged belts and then split them up time and time again over the last 20 years. So if they do merge the belts at WrestleMania, which they say they will, I don't expect them to stay merged for long. They may create a new belt. I'd love to see the World Heavyweight title come back, have that lineage return to WWE. The WWE title can continue to be the main continuity for belts. The Universal title can kind of get melded into that and then bring back the World Heavyweight title. So they'll have a WWE champion and a World Heavyweight champion going forward. I think that would be my headcanon, what I would think would be the best idea. It says here, what if Roman wins, he holds the belts over Brock, and then we hear The Rock's music play? I would love that. That would be a hell of a way to close out WrestleMania. Whether Dwayne will be available for that, we'll find out here in about 4 days, whatever it is. On Sunday night, we'll find out Sunday night how that's going to go. But I don't know if they'll do, like when you had, was it WrestleMania 28? The once in a lifetime, which turned into twice in a lifetime. And they basically announced Rock and Cena a year ahead of time. And I think all of us fans on the internet are pretty aware that that's probably the road they're going to take here at WrestleMania next year. If, The Rock is available. I think that's probably the biggest match you could possibly have. Will be a Rock versus Roman. Will Roman hold the belts all the way until then? That would be another interesting thing. I mean, Roman's been champion for quite a while now, over 400 days, I think, at this point, maybe even 500 days. I don't even know what it is currently, but he's been champ for a while. Will they have him hold it for another year? I think it would be cool, just because I come from an era, like I grew up in the 80s. I was born in 81, kind of aging myself. So I grew up during, Hulkamania. Hulkamania was running wild when I was a kid, and I was a huge Hulkamaniac. And Hogan held that belt for a couple years before losing it. And then it seemed like the belt only changed hands at WrestleMania. He won it at 3. Macho Man wins it at 4, loses it to Hogan at 5, who loses it at 6 to Warrior, only to get it back from Slaughter the next year at WrestleMania, because Slaughter won it at the Royal Rumble. So it'd be interesting to see how long they want to have Roman hold the belts. I mean, I'd be okay with them holding the titles for an extended period of time. I'm really enjoying his title run. As long as they can keep opponents fresh, the sky's the limit for Roman. And I know at some point, whenever, I don't know when that point will be, but at some point they'll be able to turn him babyface, and they'll be able to get that reaction that they wanted to have for Roman for the last 10 years. It says here, I love Roman, but I can't take another year. I want some change. There's a lot of people that feel that way. And I think, I don't see Roman losing at WrestleMania. I'll put it that way. I do not see Roman losing at WrestleMania. Whether or not he holds the titles until the following year, if and when he wrestles The Rock, that's, that could possibly happen. I'm not really 100% sure, but it's a possibility that it's Rock and Roman, belt on the line the following year. Obviously, I don't think they put the belts on The Rock because he's basically coming back for one match, and then he'd be back to Hollywood making movies because he's making hundreds of $1 million every year from movies. And his biggest movie star on the planet right now. Biggest movie star on the planet right now. So, the other thing, though, is they can beat Roman. Roman can lose the belts. They need to build somebody up to be able to do it. Right now, the only person on the WWE roster who I feel would be a legitimate threat to Roman Reigns is Brock Lesnar. There's not really another person on the roster who is in a position or being built to be in a position to take on Roman to beat him. He's already beat Edge. We've already seen Brock and Roman several times, even at WrestleMania. But this is the third time I think we'll see them at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins, big time player, not really in a position. Drew McIntyre, not really in a position to challenge. Like they're really gonna have to build. They're really gonna have to build somebody up. Drew McIntyre would probably be the best person to do it. But again, he's wrestling Happy Corbin. He's wrestling Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. That's not a knock at Baron Corbin because I love Baron Corbin as a heel. I don't like this Happy Corbin thing, but, it is what it is. Just my personal taste. But I think they've got to build something. That's, I think, what's been wrong with WWE in recent years is they don't take the time to build these people up. This is always the thing I go back to the most. Stone Cold Steve Austin. He won the King of the Ring. Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass. He would go on. He would have it runs with the Intercontinental title and, build there. He still worked his way up. Even after winning King of the Ring, he still worked his way up through the Intercontinental title. And then ultimately at WrestleMania 14, which, oddly enough, took place on March 29th as well. So it's the 14, so 24 years ago since WrestleMania 14. I gotta segue that. I mean, that's just pretty good. I impress myself sometimes. But yeah, Drew could definitely be a possibility. I guess it just depends on how they wanna build him up. Yeah, they could build Seth up. They could build Drew up. They could build Kevin Owens up, even though Roman's whooped Kevin Owens' ass several times already. So I don't think that's someone that they could bring up like that. Maybe an Austin Theory. He seems to have the boss behind him currently. So you never know. Well, time will tell. We'll find out. The good thing is it gives me something to talk about here. And just for the record, I just say I really miss being on YouTube frequently. I miss the being live every night or being live like 2 nights a week. So I'm gonna really, really try to make some time to get back to doing YouTube more than I was. Is there any chance you think Brock wins? No. I think there's probably a 1% chance that Brock wins. I do not see Brock Lesnar winning this match. Now, stranger things have happened. However, I think with what they're doing now with Roman is where they need to be. You never know. Brock could surprise us and win. I mean, The Rock could get involved maybe and cost Roman the match. That is always a possibility as well. But, I mean, there's always a chance. You never know what WWE could do. WWE could just, change their mind on a whim. And Brock wins and they do something else with Roman. I really don't know. It's kind of up in the air right now, I think, as far as what could happen. My money is still on Roman. My money is still on Roman. And I'm getting messages that I need to mute my phone. So let's do this. Since I can't get the other chat to work, I'll try it this way to put the chat on the screen. Sorry, I got to send this message real quick. My cousin is up in this bar in Pennsylvania seeing Cold, which is probably my favorite band ever. Save maybe, Metallica. I got the Metallica tattoo over here. But Cold is probably my all-time favorite band. And they're playing at a place probably about an hour and a half from my house. But unfortunately, getting up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work. You can't go to concerts during the week. So him and his wife and I think a couple of friends are up there at the show now. They're probably getting ready to start. So, Cody, if you ever see this, you're an asshole for rubbing it in my face that you were seeing Cold. And I'm not. So is that done? Okay, getting some notifications on my email. I'm all over the place tonight, y'all. All over the place. Okay, did you notice on Raw when Brock told the crowd to stop saying what, and they did? Roman did the same thing, and he said it even louder. Yeah, I did notice that, and I thought that was a pretty cool touch. That Brock got them to stop the what chants, which I don't think any other human being could probably pull off other than Brock Lesnar. I need to change this camera up real quick. Yeah, I really thought that was kind of funny that, But again, it's Brock. I think people are really liking this version of Brock Lesnar. Cowboy Brock is the best Brock. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth, but here we are. Cowboy Brock is the best Brock. All right, change up the camera. There we go. All right, I'm going to test something. I haven't had a chance to test yet in the live streams. So, DJ Plays, if you could just humor me here for a minute. Let me know if you hear these things, because I'm going to try this out. I meant to do this last night, but again, without seeing chat, I didn't know anybody was in here. So here we go. We got, I know the music should be coming through. Should get some music here. Got a little soundboard. I got a little mini half keyboard here that is turning into my soundboard and all my hotkeys. So got that there. Let's
dirty.
I don't know if that actually came through or not. Okay, that did sort of work.
Emphasizes athleticism.
Got that one there.
This is such good shit.
Why is that not live? Okay, there we go. That's weird. That was weird. Sorry, crazy thing here on the computer stuff, so I apologize. So you can hear it. Awesome. I thought it was working because I can test it, but I just want to make sure I got it. So some new things I'm going to be adding for the live streams here on YouTube is, like I said, I got this little Five Below keyboard. It's like a $5 Booga one-handed keyboard. Booga, the Fortnite player, has a sponsorship deal, I guess, with Five Below to make some streaming stuff. You get like a full keyboard. So I got the little half keyboard that's literally just set up for hotkeys and a soundboard. So I want to make sure I'm working on it. Only got a couple sounds programmed. Want to do some more fun stuff, maybe some more quotes and funny noises and whatnot here for the live streams. Oh, it is 7 minutes after 8. NXT is going on live as we speak. Oh, the other thing I got to, and I can't really show it, but I'll do it. I can see I got that headphone stand. It's got RGB headphone stand there. That's also the same line. Even though I don't really use my headphones very often. I need to start using these more often. I love these things. Such good stuff. Such good shit. Wait, they are.
This is such good shit.
Sounds like. Why is that still doing this? Weird. Such good shit. Okay. All right. I am starting to run out of things to talk about. There's one thing I last wanted to check on. I pulled this up earlier. Okay. Bayley is apparently on the verge of her in-ring return. Uncle Dave over there at Wrestling Observer Newsletter is saying that Bayley's in-ring return could be any time. WrestleMania season tends to be the perfect time for returns, especially on Raw and SmackDown after the event. If Bayley is indeed cleared to return an appearance at WrestleMania 38 this weekend, or Raw and SmackDown next week, could be on the horizon for us. All right, see. Kind of off topic, but WWE prices are so bad right now. I used to go to house shows and sit front row for like $400. Now $400 won't even get you anywhere near the floor. Really? Is it that bad? Because I know some of the WrestleMania tickets are like dirt cheap right now. Which reminds me, I need to ask my buddy Jason, who lives. Oh no, he's in Florida. Never mind. They're in Texas. Actually, I should message Chris. One of the original 3 co-hosts, Chris, lives in Austin, Texas. So we can move this mic around. See, this is much more fun now that my chat's working. So hopefully, see, I don't know if I like that either. I gotta play around with some stuff. Seats in the 600 section for $70. Yeah, no, a lot of them too were doing like 2-for-1 deals on the tickets as well. Going to WrestleMania is on my bucket list. It is on my bucket list. One year, Jen and I will go to a WrestleMania. It's on my bucket list. I have to go to WrestleMania. As long as I've been a wrestling fan, I've always wanted to go to WrestleMania. I've been to Raws. I've been to pay-per-views. I think it was Unforgiven. The Unforgiven show. I think it was Unforgiven. In Hershey, PA. Been to Raw. Been to house shows. But never been to WrestleMania. Did Jen watch wrestling with me? We have not watched a lot of wrestling lately. Actually, the one thing we have watched, and if any of you have not seen it yet, pull up Peacock and watch the WWE Evil, very nice, very evil series. We've watched the first 2 episodes of that, which is really, really good. We don't have cable here at our house right now. We have a lot of other streaming services, and we're paying about half of what it would have cost us to get cable here. So a lot of it I watch on the computer, or I'll watch clips on my phone. I'll listen to podcasts. But we have not been able to really sit down and watch like Raw, NXT, SmackDown, Dynamite, anything like that. Occasionally I'll pull Dynamite up through this web app I have on the TV where I can watch it. But I'm sure we'll both sit down and watch WrestleMania this weekend. May even try to get her, if we do the stream together like we did last year. Might even see if she'll join me live on stream, because she hasn't been on stream in a while. She's been busy with her job and her daughter, who plays varsity softball. So we're between practices and games. It's been pretty crazy. So we don't get a lot of time to sit down and watch wrestling. But she does watch with me when I watch. So we will be watching WrestleMania this weekend. And maybe I'll try to get her point of view while on WrestleMania. Maybe the review show. Maybe I'll have her join me on Sunday. So yeah, real quick. Because I'm going to have to shut her down here in just a few minutes. Let me bring this up real quick. If anybody else is in here. Facebook, at Wrestling with Fans. YouTube, at Wrestling with Fans. If you're watching the stream, subscribe, like the video. Instagram, at Wrestling with Fans. WrestlingWithFans.com is a website. Stream the show anytime you want. Get us wherever you get your podcast fix, at Wrestling with Fans Podcast. Or shoot us an email at wwf.show@gmail.com. So yeah, here's the plan for the rest of the week. And obviously I streamed last night and kind of sucked because I didn't have any the chat screw up. So again, I apologize for that for the guys that were in here. I went back and read the chat replay, and I'm like reading it, like cringing, like, oh my god, they probably hate me. Think I'm ignoring them. I honestly wasn't ignoring you guys. Here, I'll see if I can do it on here. So if you've seen what's on the screen now, it says live chat. I switch it to top chat. Oh, it does top chat. It does come up this time. So there was nothing on my screen at all. So I don't know why all of a sudden it wanted to do something crazy, but either way, we got it now. Learn more. Oh, don't want that up there. Okay. Close that down. But I'll be back tomorrow night about 7:30. Talk some more stuff. See whatever happens on NXT tonight, we'll talk about. We'll preview what's going on Dynamite. Even though it's not WWE and it's WrestleMania week, we'll talk Dynamite. And then Thursday, I'll be back again. We'll kind of preview the WrestleMania SmackDown. We'll do any updates to the WrestleMania card. Friday, I will not be live. Friday is my bowling night. Jen and I both bowl in a league together on Friday evening. So we're going to try to get done bowling and then get home and watch SmackDown. And we'll probably watch the Hall of Fame live, and then SmackDown I'll watch after. So there's a chance, depending on what goes on, I may do a stream late night Friday night, like around midnight, 11 o'clock midnight. I don't know what time the Hall of Fame will be over, but not counting on it. But if something crazy happens, I might go live late Friday evening. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'll be live. I'll probably go live on Saturday. I think WrestleMania starts at 6, so sometime between 4 and 5, I'll update everything. And then Sunday around the same time as well, we'll review night 1 and then preview night 2 on Sunday. And that's the plan. Then Monday, I'm going to go live again next Monday. Now, the audio show will not be out on Monday morning, but I will have the show out probably Tuesday morning next week, because I'm going to make this week's podcast about WrestleMania. It's going to be my WrestleMania review episode. That's going to come out next Tuesday, because I won't be able to record it until Monday evening when I get home. And we'll probably go live and talk about it and use that for the podcast. So next Monday, it'll probably be 7 to 8. Do an hour-long stream, talk WrestleMania, any thoughts, all that fun stuff. That's going to be the plan for the next week. But yeah, I am super pumped. One of the things I'm most excited for this week is this right here. What up, Dad? Are you going to focus now? Focus. I can get it. There we go. Undertaker going into the Hall of Fame. Super pumped for that. Super pumped that my cane parts came in. My cane elbow, for those that missed it yesterday, I did get the crappy Ultimate version with the unpainted arm and the unpainted mask. But thank you, Mattel Creations. Thank you, Mattel, for being awesome at customer service. Anytime I've ever had an issue with Mattel, they take care of it. But I'm going to wrap up here. Call it a night. DJ Place, thank you so much for being in the stream and chatting with me tonight. It's been fun. Always a pleasure. And again, I apologize for last night. So hopefully Power Gaming, you watch this. I'm sorry, my friend. And Chewy, I saw you in there as well, hopping in. So sorry as well. We'll hopefully you guys will be back tomorrow evening to do a little more wrestling talk. WrestleMania week, night 3. Looking forward to it. Great stream. See you tomorrow. Thank you, my friend. Always a pleasure having you here. One of the OGs of the Wrestling with Fans YouTube channel. Always love having you in here chatting with me. And again, sorry for last night, but we got everything fixed. We're good to go going forward. So that's going to do it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. See you tomorrow night. Let me find my ending screen here. See you tomorrow night. This has been Wrestling with Fans. Peace.